Right now, inside your very own house, your cat is experiencing a reality that is completely invisible and totally silent to you. You might brush off their quirky habits as just cat things, but they are actually tuning into a secret dimension your human senses simply cannot grasp. And the craziest part? Some of these hidden signals are coming straight from your own body. Once you realize what your feline friend is truly reacting to, their weirdest habits will suddenly make perfect sense. Let's dive in, starting with the one that completely alters reality. 1. Your cat perceives an entirely different visual dimension. Imagine if the room you are sitting in currently looked drastically altered to your pet. We aren't talking about a minor shift, but an entirely new version of reality. Believe it or not, felines possess the ability to perceive ultraviolet light, a segment of the light spectrum completely hidden from human eyes. As noted by Live Science, this implies your kitty spots designs on foliage, lawns, and everyday surfaces around the house that you will never know exist. Take that plain white t-shirt you have on. To your feline, it could be plastered in glowing marks. The blossoms sitting on your table. Their petals feature UV pathways that shine like airport runways, and your cat doesn't miss a single one. A 2014 study featured in the Proceedings of the Royal Society, B, proved that cats, alongside a few other mammals, possess special eye lenses that let UV light pass straight to the retina, whereas human eyes filter it out almost completely. Therefore, when your kitty stares intensely out the window at what appears to be a boring, empty lawn, they are actually observing a vibrant, illuminated landscape your brain literally cannot register. And if that shifts your perspective, just wait until the end of this video, because it's not merely about what they observe outside. It is about the signals they intercept from inside you. That one is truly mind-blowing. 2. Frequencies way above human hearing limits. Have you ever caught your cat abruptly flicking their ears toward an absolutely silent corner of the room? It isn't a glitch. It is a literal superpower you lack. Felines can detect frequencies soaring up to 64,000 hertz. To give you some context, our human ears max out at roughly 20,000 hertz. This indicates a whole hidden layer of audio echoing through your house right now that is exclusively reserved for your kitty. Gadgets, phone chargers, LED bulbs, and even your television in sleep mode all broadcast high-pitched hums that are dead silent to us, but deafeningly obvious to them. This also explains why your pet frequently reacts to events before they seem to occur. They aren't predicting the future. Their ears are just catching the prelude. Research published in the journal Hearing Research verified that cats possess one of the most expansive auditory ranges of any house pet, an evolutionary trait adapted specifically for hunting the ultrasonic noises of tiny prey. Consequently, every microscopic squeak, electronic buzz, and tiny acoustic change that evades you is basically your cat's daily soundtrack. You share the same living space, but your cat experiences a totally different acoustic version of it. And hey, if this hidden feline matrix is blowing your mind as much as mine, hit that like button and subscribe so we can spread this knowledge to other cat parents who need to know the truth. 3. They feel weather changes before they arrive. Have you ever watched your cat abruptly become agitated, dash under the sofa, or begin pacing aimlessly, only for a thunderstorm to break an hour later? They aren't just being theatrical. What if they literally sensed it approaching while you were clueless? That is exactly the case. Felines are capable of detecting microscopic ground vibrations and minute changes in barometric pressure that our human bodies simply cannot register. While you are busy swiping through your weather app, your cat already feels what is brewing. This incredible trait also applies to seismic activity, though not in the magical way most assume. Cats cannot forecast earthquakes days in advance. Science doesn't back that up. However, the truth is even cooler. Earthquakes produce two sets of waves. The initial P waves travel incredibly fast, are very subtle, and humans almost never feel them. The subsequent S waves are the violent ones that cause the tremors. Your feline's paw pads are loaded with highly sensitive nerve endings, acting as built-in sensors, allowing them to capture those initial P waves moments before you notice a thing. That is precisely why your kitty springs off the armchair right before the walls begin to rattle. They aren't clairvoyant. Their biology is just engineered to feel what we cannot. So, the next time your pet acts bizarrely out of nowhere, don't ignore it. They might just be warning you of something real. 4. They know you are home before you even park. Have you ever unlocked your front door to find your cat sitting patiently, gazing up as if they were expecting you? How on earth did they figure it out? You didn't give them a heads up or send a text, yet they were poised and ready. This isn't a fluke or some mystical telepathic connection. Your feline companion has perfectly memorized the unique hum of your car's engine, the heavy thud of your steps, and even your specific walking tempo. Moreover, they can isolate these noises from a distance that would astound you. Felines don't just have excellent hearing, they actively catalog sounds. A 2013 investigation featured in Animal Cognition discovered that cats effortlessly differentiate their human's voice from a random person's, even when out of sight. Now, apply that to the symphony of sounds you create when heading home. Your car door slamming, your jingling keys, the specific scrape of your shoes on the concrete. Your kitty has compiled a complete acoustic fingerprint of you. That is why they couldn't care less when the mail carrier approaches or a neighbor pulls into the driveway. Those audio cues don't match. Yours match flawlessly every single time. Therefore, when your cat is guarding the entryway before you turn the knob, it isn't sorcery. It is acoustic memory. They know you by sound better than any person ever could. 5. They track objects completely invisible to you. One of the most unsettling things a cat does is lock its gaze onto empty space, tracking something across the room when absolutely nothing is there. Rest assured, they aren't losing their minds, and they aren't spotting ghosts. What your kitty is actually monitoring are microscopic specks of dust, minuscule bugs, or tiny air currents that are 100% invisible to human sight. We are talking about things so small, your brain simply filters them out. Yet, for your cat, it is a high-definition movie. Felines boast a vastly superior density of rod cells in their retinas compared to us, granting them an extreme sensitivity to the faintest flickers of movement. A single thread drifting from your rug, a microscopic gnat hovering in the corner, a shifting shadow caused by the wind outside. You remain oblivious to all of it, but your cat catches every frame. Their visual biology is optimized to zero in on minuscule, subtle motions, because out in the wild, that is the key to spotting a meal. That primal instinct hasn't faded. It just manifests differently in your living room. Now, here is the truly captivating part. Those same eyes that can monitor a dust mote from afar actually become blurry on objects closer than 20 to 30 centimeters. Felines are inherently farsighted. Consequently, when an object gets intimately close, they swap sensory systems. Their facial whiskers propel forward, functioning as a sophisticated radar to feel what their vision can no longer focus on. Their sense of smell handles the remaining details. They even possess extra whiskers on the back of their front paws, known as carpal whiskers, to detect the wriggling of prey already trapped. Ultimately, your cat is an elite motion tracking machine from a distance, and when things get up close, they seamlessly switch their tactical gear. 6. They can listen to your heartbeat. Remember earlier when I promised the final point would hit different? Here it is. What if your feline friend isn't just interpreting the external environment, but is actually monitoring what is going on inside of you. And no, not in some spiritual, mystical sense, but through tangible, biological measurements. Your cat can literally hear your heart thumping. They can listen to the fluctuating rhythm of your breathing. And those microscopic biological alterations reveal more about your emotional state than your words ever could. Cats possess the sensitivity to pick up on the faint physical noises your body produces when you are terrified, stressed, or anxious. Your pulse quickens, your inhalations become shallow, your internal chemistry alters, and your cat intercepts all of these broadcasts. This perfectly explains why a kitty will frequently snuggle up against someone who is weeping or feeling sick without being coaxed over. They aren't taking a wild guess. They are reacting to genuine biological signals your body is radiating. Research from the journal Animal Cognition demonstrated that cats don't merely coexist passively in your space. They actively absorb your emotional frequency, and many adjust their actions accordingly. Some might start meowing more, become hyper-focused, or cuddle up tightly against you. Others may simply sit quietly in your vicinity without making a fuss. The specific reaction depends on the cat, but the detection is universal. They all pick up on it. This finally sheds light on a phenomenon every cat parent has experienced, but never fully grasped. When you are relaxed, your cat chills out. When you are on edge, they become restless. They aren't reflecting your mood because of some imaginary emotional tether. They are physically feeling and hearing the biological shifts occurring beneath your skin. To your cat, you are a living, breathing broadcast, and they are always tuned in.